One thing we can never say is that our president is scary. I ain't want to speak on too many politics, but our president is about that life. That man is the white version of 50 Cent. No, for real. Like, this man is straight. Turned all the lights off, bombed that mug, snatched the president, put his butt in a Nike Tech, and dropped him in New York. And I'm not finna say I like Donald Trump. I am not a Trumpy. But what I can say is that Donald Trump is a real Gemini.
Hey, I don't support Trump, but you got to give it to that nigga gangster. That nigga got on the thing and said about the president that got killed in Iran. He said, that nigga basically said, I simply got him before he got me. That nigga gangster, bro. You might not like it. I don't like him either, but that nigga gangster. That nigga is gangster.
A few hours ago, in this exact same fit, I made a video about this man, and now the mission is over. Yo, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. At what point are y'all gonna give this man credit? I've said it before, I'm gonna say it again. I'm not a Trumpy, but I respect that man's gangster. Whenever McDonald Trump says we finna do something, I'm gonna be honest with you, there is every part of my body that believes that he's gonna do exactly what he said he's gonna do. Like, when it comes to foreign affairs, when it comes to handling business overseas, what on his track record shows me that he's not gonna do exactly what he said he's gonna do? Talking about, yo, it was daytime when I made that video, and now it's nighttime, and the mission is over. Like, you can't hate on the efficiency.
This is probably gonna be an unpopular opinion to a lot of people, but I would rather have a president who takes action and does what he says he's gonna do than a president who sits around and just signs executive orders all day. Love him or hate him, he does what he says he's going to do. He protects the American people. God bless America. And he's out here getting shit done, love him or hate him. I don't want a president who sits behind his desk all day. Okay? I just don't. Give me the American gangster president we got going on right now. He's getting shit done. Judge least you be judged. That's what the Bible says. No matter what your opinion is, I love you. I don't judge you.
Boy. So we got to talk about some of the memes and videos that are going viral of individuals taking to the internet, TikTok, in order to talk about how gangsta President Trump and this current operation in Iran actually is, right? How the United States and Israel's will too are currently moving right now really shows you that, you know, you don't want to be one of our enemies, right? You don't want to get on our bad side, okay? And I got to tell you, this story that we're going to talk about right here is a great example of what I'm talking about. But we have to admit that the memes about President Trump being a gangster is, they're pretty hilarious, to be honest with you.
3 folks running through the crib, all black, mask on, running through the crib and shit. One run to the front door. I hop out, I start shooting. Bow, 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 bow.
One thing I am proud about, though, is young people getting into politics, even in a fun way, right? Because that's how it starts, you know, just bare minimum, getting exposed to what's happening in the world around you, even if it's in a light, funny way. Because what ends up happening is you start binge watching and you start taking it serious, and then you start figuring out what's for you and what's not for you, and who are with you and who are against you immediately.
Shot the bow, shot his ass.
But these motherfuckers is funnier than motherfucker though, these little me.
Bow, 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 bow. All the niggas run out the door, they run out the door. This on the floor.
Do you want to know where to invest $1,000 right now? Goldman Sachs.
I love the internet, man. The internet is great. Absolutely great. So, yeah, this story right here we got to talk about is a great example of what a lot of people are referencing when they talk about the gangster that is being displayed here when it comes to this operation in Iran. Because apparently the Israelis decided to strike a meeting of the remaining Iranian leaders who were there to pick the next Ayatollah, right? So they were going to appoint their next guy. And they bombed him. They bombed him before they could appoint the next dude.
Well, the supreme leader is Iran's highest authority. He's chosen by the Assembly of Experts. That's 88 clerics who are elected by the public every 8 years. There's always been much speculation over who the next supreme leader might be. Ayatollah Khamenei himself was a surprise choice and not one of the frontrunners at the time. Now he needs to be replaced. Here are some of the potential candidates. Mujtaba Khamenei is Ayatollah Khamenei's second eldest son. While he holds no formal position, he wields immense influence. He was a top aide to his father and said to have strong ties to the Revolutionary Guard. But he would be a controversial choice, seen as a hereditary handover. Alireza Arafi is the director of Iran's religious seminaries and Friday prayer leader of Qom, the country's seminary capital. Khamenei had repeatedly appointed him to senior positions. Mohammad Mahdi Moghareri is a ultra-hardline cleric and key figure in the front of Islamic Revolution stability political groups. Gholam Hossein Mohseni Ejei is also a potential candidate. He's been Iran's Chief Justice since 2021. And finally, Hassan Khamenei, the grandson of Ayatollah Khamenei, the first supreme leader. He's a reformist and a prominent political figure in Iran.
Now, keep in mind, before we get into this is according to the Israelis, okay? The Israelis are saying that, hey, we blew them up as they were counting votes for the next supreme leader. This is what Israel's saying. But the Iranians are saying, no. The building was an old structure that was no longer used by the assembly for its meeting. So we really don't know, right? It's unclear, but it looks like bare minimum the building was struck, and maybe, just maybe, these people evacuated the building before it was struck, right? They were able to get out of there. So we don't know, how many people were actually killed or if any people were killed. Regardless, we do know that the building was struck, again, while they were counting votes, right? Or while they was about to meet. That is, at the very least, what seems to have happened here.
Yeah, Bill, Dana, good morning. I do want to just start with some breaking news here before I show you the scene of one of these cluster munition impacts just outside of Tel Aviv. But I'm told by a senior Israeli official that the Israelis just struck the Supreme Council gathering where the Iranians were meeting to choose a new supreme leader. Wow. This is a significant development and, again, speaks to the Israeli intelligence about this war.
That was an inside job. That's too close, too much of a coincidence.
Wow. They just targeted the meeting in Tehran,
one of their own people gave them up.
What's left of the leadership was gathering to choose a new supreme leader. The Iranians are continuing their attacks against Israel. Right now, we are in the community of Bnei Brak.
Do you guys understand how crazy that is, right? Do you guys understand how crazy that is, right? That the Israelis say, you know what? We're not even going to let you choose a new guy, right? We're not even ready for you to have a new guy, right?
We're not even going to wait. Let's go ahead and end this shit right now. One button, click. Get your ass the fuck up out of here.
And again, best believe we definitely knew about the strikes before they happened, right? We knew that this is what they were going to do, right? So we definitely knew. Wouldn't be surprised if Trump signed off on it. I'm not one of these people that really believes that, hey, Israel's doing all this stuff without us at least knowing that they're going to do it or signing off on it. Regardless, it is a joint operation. What they're doing is basically what we're doing too, okay? So, again, you have a strategy where the Trump administration and the Israelis are basically saying that we're not only going to cut the head off the snake, any potential head that can regrow, we're just going to instantly destroy it, right? Until we get ready to stop, right? Until we get ready.
Those guys are living in the past, bro. Technology is so far advanced that, these guys are having meetings, of who's up next. It should already be known. Boom, if something happens to this guy, you're it. In the United States, there's the president and there's the vice president. Something happens to the president and the vice president steps up immediately. These guys are having ballots and they can't even get to paper ballots, it sounds like. You need some AI over there, man. What the fuck?
Ready to stop, which, is a very, very, very interesting strategy when you think about how, a lot of people say that, well, the next guy is going to be worse than the Ayatollah that we just took out, right? Now, when you have a strategy like this, where you're basically not even allowing them to choose the next guy, what type of message does that send to the next guy, right? Seriously, right?
That tells the next guy, you're dead, buddy. You want this job? You better not tell nobody. because I'm going to kill you. That's what that tells the next guy. I'm saying it in a jokingly manner, but that's 100%. That's what he's thinking about. Like, damn, I'm not even gonna literally live to see this job through.
I think it actually decreases the chances of the next guy being as bad as the previous guy. Why do I say that? Well, the reason why I say that is because we're not even going to allow anybody that we believe is as bad as the previous guy to become leader. So they're not going to let you finish counting the votes for the new guy at this point. Again, I think that sends the message that anybody who is thinking about becoming the new guy, right, the new leader of Iran, they already know what the deal is. If you don't play ball, if you don't capitulate to our demands, if you don't stop being a pain in our butt, it's going to be lights out. We know exactly where you live. We can track all of your movements, and we can strike at any time. And we'll strike when you least expect it. I don't know what these guys were thinking, right? I don't know what they were thinking.
I think we get the picture here, man. There's a lot going on in this world, man. This is crazy, 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 crazy. And it never ends. Iranian, Israel, it's a lot going on over there, man. Drop a comment drop a comment below, man. I really want to know what you guys think, how you guys feel about this whole fucked up ass situation, man. I really want to know, man. Are you with it, against it? And if you're against it, why? If you're with it, why? I want to talk about this, man. Me personally, man, I'm a little neutral to it, but I definitely believe that the United States did have something to do with it, just a little bit, but rightfully so. There are some threats that was being made online, and I mean, you know, the United States has a history of not letting people kind of like come in and, you know, push us over. So we're all American at the end of the day. Whoever our leader is, we may not like him, but that is our leader. And at the end of the day, if you have children out here in the world, and if you want to see this world or our world as the United States still exists or still have the same type of securities that we have 20 years from now, 30 years from now, we should all come together. Until next time, guys, gone.